Hi guys, Talia here. Just want to apologize in advance for the shaky cam. I am holding my video camera in one hand and my hand starts getting tired. So in spite of me trying to use my zoom to give you closer views and such, and then I'm trying to turn pages with one hand, you do get a little bit of shaky cam. So if this is something that bothers you, just a heads up. Maybe if I do this format again some other time, I'll be able to fix that problem. But yeah, sorry about it, the shaky cam. Hi guys, I don't normally do a video quite this format, but I did want to give a quick glance through a couple of comics I picked up. This week has been really rough for me with rain, so I just don't feel like I am capable of doing a video with the camera pointed at me without going into full-on flare, just because today and this whole week has been rough. But anyway, unsurprisingly, well, first of all, I'm not sure if I introduced myself. Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I am, let's see if I can zoom. That is me, next to my mom. I am that person right there. So, there you go. But I am currently behind the camera, well, recording behind the camera in this case. Anyway, I have, perhaps unsurprisingly, multiple geek channels I watch, and one of the channels I watch, she is a huge Lara Croft fan, and she mentioned that Lara Croft had comics, which I was not aware of. Now, I'm not a huge video game person. I had my video game phase in college, a little bit before college, like high school through college. I was a Halo player. My dad and I probably played through most of the Halo games together, and I did some LAN parties at school and that kind of thing. But not a huge video game player, and I can't do it anymore because of flaring up with chronic illness. But I never got a chance to play Tomb Raider. And everything I hear about, she's kind of a cool character. I watched the movie with Angelina Jolie, but when I heard that there was a comic, I was like, hey, I'll check it out. And guys, I've got Volume 1 and Volume 3. I'm waiting for Volume 2 to come in. I don't think these come on Kindle, but the artwork, you can tell this was done before it was like all digital art. Well, this isn't helpful here. First of all, can I say, I love her glasses. Now, granted, that might be partially because they're red tinted, but look at that artwork. It almost gives me, sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed, almost gives me Jim Lee-esque vibes. And comic fans are most familiar with Jim Lee, with his artwork, hopefully. I mean, yeah, DC has kind of gone downhill since he took over as not being an artist. But as an artist, he's phenomenal. And this artist makes me think a bit of Jim Lee in style. Definitely has his own style as well, I mean, for sure, but it's reminiscent of Jim Lee for me. Now, the artist for this is, well, hang on, they have the credits, it's over here. Whoopsie, sorry guys. There's a really awesome picture of Lara. Okay. So we have, for the collected edition, we have the designer listed here. And all that fun, pertinent information. Now here's the cool stuff. Okay. So you got the writer being Dan Jurgens, and I guess he's like the guy to go to for Lara Croft comics, from what I understand. Okay, when you see things like penciler, inker, colorist, letterer, you know you have the good old stuff. So our penciler, which is who I was looking at, that's Andy Park. So he does a very good job. Now, I don't sneeze at the work that either the inker or the colorist does, because they definitely add to the whole experience and the mood. So, good team here. I don't know their work outside of this comic, but once I flip through this, you will be able to see how pretty it is. Here's more of the cover work, and to be fair, cover work doesn't always give a full idea of what the comic will look on the inside, all you have to do is look at some of the old Batman Superman comic covers. I'm thinking of things like where Superman abandons Lois in like space or something, or when Clark and Batman are in a 3-person bicycle and Robin's doing all the pedaling, and Batman and Superman like have their feet lifted and have their arms behind their head and letting Robin do all the work. You know, those had nothing to do with the stories, but yeah. And I've seen artwork where I'm like, oh yeah, this artwork's really great, and then I open the cover, and it doesn't look like it did on the cover. So that, I mean, it does happen occasionally. Not a whole lot, but in my experience, but it does happen. Oh, by the way, look at my really cool book. Oops, I don't want to tear this. Careful, careful, very careful. Okay, this is my comic book magnet bookmark, and it is a Miller Paper Co. bookmark. Let me just replace this. I don't know why I feel like I need to do this on camera, but apparently I do. Okay. So I'm not going to show everything here. Because I actually haven't read this yet. I wanted to come to some of the pretty... I mean, of course, the still shots like this are always going to be lovely. She almost makes me think of Selena Kyle there. I don't know why. I've seen Selena with a similar expression. Anyway. Like, okay, this is stuff that... This is how you use artwork in storytelling. You don't have just boring panels. You can follow the way it's going. I mean, like, look right here. You got him pointing the gun, and then you're following his gun to her head, and you would tell the direction it's going. It's just, it's awesome. I am a big fan already of the way this artist uses the artwork and storytelling. You can just kind of tell, in my opinion, 90s, 2000s, early 2000s comic art. It just seemed, to me, is like a pinnacle. And that might be why this kind of reminds me of Hush and all these other sort of comics, because this is set during that same era. I think this is like 98, 99, does it say on the top? This is a collection, so it might not tell me. But yeah, it's definitely, yeah, I'm not sure how much more I can say without having really read it yet. But, I mean, hang on. Like I said, I haven't read it, but here's her Alfred figure, it looks like. I like his face. He's got personality in his face. And yeah, gotta love her glasses. 10 out of 10 for a fashion statement right there. Not that I have, you know, a bias when it comes to that. Oh, look at this guy. He got a kind of Peter Lorre kind of, I don't know, he makes me think of Peter Lorre, I don't know why. Again, those shots where you zoom in, there's on the eyes, or it just keeps things interesting. And yeah, there's not a whole lot I can say right now about this. It's the same artist, I think, throughout this. Now, in this one, I think the colorist might be different because she's a little bit, a little bit more of a redhead here. And from what I understand, she is she always originally had auburn hair. So, this particular colorist, I can speak, seems to have gone more in that direction with things. But I do believe this is the same artist. Yeah, I think this is a younger version of her Butler. Okay. It's not just a weird hair coloring job. Okay. But, yeah, I do think that this is... Yeah, I'm getting too close to the end. I don't really want to ruin it. Here's another male character who's not, you know, older. I do so much love 90s, early 2000s comic art. Let's go in on... Whoopsie, it went away. I was going to say, let's get on Laura's glasses one more time. Actually, we'll do that here. Talk about an iconic look right there. Alrighty. Now, like I said, I'm waiting on the... Whoopsie. So this is the collection. It's called Saga the Medusa Mask. And I think this is 1 through... Does it say? Volume 1. I forget how many comics are in Volume 1. But I'll also look that up later. Maybe when I actually read it, I'll be able to tell y'all. But yeah, I'm waiting for Volume 2 to come in. I don't know that it's something that you need to read in any specific order. But here's Volume 3. Now, there does seem to be a different artist here. If you look between the two, she's got more of a heart-shaped face here. I mean, still the cool glasses. I think I might prefer this artist, but it might be simply because his style makes me think of Jim Lee, and I'm a bit biased. But this artist, sorry, my hand's getting tired. Let me reposition. Okay. This artist still has personality, and I appreciate that there still is that feel that you can only get when something is a hand-drawn comic. There's just something special about it. I just want to see who the colorist and everything is. Okay. So for this edition, just tell me in the front. No, I guess I'm going to go to. Hopefully, it's not going to, tell me each time around. Okay. So, top. Okay, here we go. Cover art. Collected editions editor. Image Comics. Did Image combine with anybody? Are they still their own? I'm sorry, Top Cow Productions and Image Comics. Are they still their own thing, or did they combine with somebody? It looks like they had things like Witchblade, which I also have not read. I actually haven't traveled that far out of the DC Marvel area, and maybe that was a mistake on my part. I don't remember where Hellboy belongs. I've read a couple of his. I was hoping that I would be able to find who the artist and... Oh, it might see in the back of the book. Because I want the artist and the colorist and everything. So let's see if it tells me. Gallery... Well, that's not too helpful. Okay, oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So, okay, we have Jurgen still. Okay, so it's penciled by Billy Tan, so it's definitely a different artist. The previous one was Park. And we have a... Is Jonathan Smith? Yes, Smith. So we have the same colorist. And Billy's doing his own inking. Okay, so there it is. We have the same colorist, so at least we have that in common. We have the same writer. We just have a different artist. And as long as, honestly, the artist keeps things interesting, I can recognize the characters. I might prefer one artist over the another, but I mean, look, that's still pretty. It's a different feel for Lara, but still pretty. As long as she just looks like herself. I mean, that's some pretty cool... Oopsie. There's some glare. And from what I understand, I'm supposed to expect, Lara fighting, monsters and stuff. That's what she does, which is kind of cool. Oh, is it pretty cool? Yeah, I think I might enjoy this artist, too. I think he might take a little bit more getting used to than the other guy for me. But I think that I do like him. It has... Like I said, it just has a certain feel that you don't get with digital art. I'm just trying to find something that's a little bit, some more of the interesting paneling that I haven't yet seen. Because right now, this is fairly straightforward paneling. I like the use of black and white for the memories. Okay, so I will... At least at this point, I'm going to take away some points in my, my mental tally for lack of interesting use of panels. Now, they aren't all straight I'll give them that much. But it's pretty predictable so far, the way they've handled it. Like, it just seems to be, you know, maybe like a big background, and then a little panel, a slightly overlapped panel. Like, it seems to be a little bit predictable. I mean, every once in a while you'll have a shot like this. But I kind of get a feeling of, and I'll be able to tell more as I actually read it, but I don't know, I just sort of feel like the way the paneling setup is predictable. I don't know if it's the artist's choice. I would think it would have to be the artist's choice because it's the same writer, the same colorist. It's the artist and the inker that are different. So, I do like this shot here. Yeah, I think my only complaint might be, and I might change my mind as I go through, but the paneling at times, now I do like the way this one's set up. It's a little less predictable than what I'm noticing previously. I do like this big center shot and all the things going around. But to compare what I'm seeing so far in the third one with this one, let's see. I mean, I guess I'll have to see. I'll keep an open mind. It might be that what I think I'm noticing is not as... Okay, I do like when there's one-page things. Is not as prevalent as I think it is. I do like having the things like that one very first one that I showed you where you're following the gun to her face. That's good use, I think, of the comic medium. So I'm going to look for things like that in the artwork. I'm going to look at ways that, you know, they take advantage of this particular medium in telling the story in a way that even on screen, or even in writing, you might not be able to do in the same way. The art itself lends itself towards, particularly the panel of a comic book. But yeah, I mean, that's just my brief... Whoopsie, that was a little too close to there for Lara. That's my brief feelings about my two new Lara Croft volumes. I still do have volume 2 coming in. I think I will start reading this, volume 1, while I'm waiting, because I'm really excited about it. Love her glasses. I am really excited about it, and hopefully when I am ready to review the whole series, the weather will improve and I will feel up to sharing that with y'all. So yeah, this is my second go-around for Talia Nerds Out Comic Edition. Once again, focused highly on art, but really that is all I can focus on at this point because I'm only slightly familiar, as in, like, I watched the Lara Croft movie with Angelina Jolie. So that is the almost my entire knowledge of the Lara Croft character, other than hearing Melanie Mac Goes Boom, I think that's the name of her channel, talk about Lara Croft because she's a huge fan. But yeah, I'm interested in getting to know the comic book version of Lara Croft, who seems like she is very close to the OG Lara Croft from the video games before she had a bunch of reboots. So yeah, I look forward to this. If you have enjoyed the Lara Croft comics in the past, please let me know. I am interested in hearing your thoughts, even though, you know, I'm not sure how much there is to spoil of it. Please don't spoil it for me. I have not yet read any of her stuff. I do know there's a novel out there somewhere. I'm not interested at this point in the novel. I am partially into this for the artwork. I do feel that a video game does lend itself well to a comic book format if taken advantage of properly. I do also have, if this goes well, I don't think I've read completely. That was not a complete thought. Anyway, I also happen to have a Halo comic or graphic novel, I believe. And I don't know that I've read it all the way through. So maybe after Tomb Raider, I will pick up my Halo one. That might be kind of cool. I also have Halo books because, yes, that I'm special. I have not read all of them, though. I don't know if that makes me more or less special. Anyway. Yeah, this is Talia Nerds Out, Lara Croft episode. Please let me know if you would be interested in me either reading and reviewing the Halo graphic novel and or the Halo actual novels after this. You will not see me playing video games because I cannot do that anymore physically. But I will be perfectly happy to share my experiences with the comics that are based on video games that I happen to be interested in. Lara Croft does make me think of Indiana Jones, and I do enjoy the older Indiana Jones, particularly the first one. I do feel like they could have stopped at the first one, but I think he would have translated very well to video game or comic, and it might have been better for his character to do so. But I should look and see if there's Indiana Jones comics. But anyway, yeah, I have said I'm going to finish for like the past few minutes, so I am really going to finish this time. Thank you very much for joining me for this very unusual Talia Nerds Out. I will be back to my normal format next time, where you will actually be able to see my face. But I wanted to talk about my artwork for this, that I'm seeing for this comic, because I'm really excited about it. I really am looking forward to reading it. And I wanted to share my thoughts on it before I started reading. And then when I'm done, I'll be able to review with you my thoughts after on the story as well as on the artwork. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you have a great weekend. God bless. Bye.